We explore what it means to live in a world where work, wealth, and wellness flow from who we are, not what we're told to be. Web3 isn't just technology, it's a return to truth, a remembering that our connections are capital, that creativity is currency, and that every act of kindness is data the universe never forgets. So take a breath, feel your power, and let's tune together because the future isn't waiting, it's already human. Picture a town hall meeting where every voice truly counts, where budgets are transparent down to the penny, and where your contributions to the community earn you real governance power. Now imagine that town hall operates 24/7, accessible from your phone, with rules written in unbreakable code and treasuries no single person can raid. This isn't a distant dream. It's happening right now through decentralized autonomous organizations, and it's quietly revolutionizing how communities govern themselves and build shared wealth. Today, we're diving deep into DAOs and local community development, exploring how these blockchain based organizations are offering an immediate, actionable path for citizens to reclaim economic power at the grassroots level. So, what exactly is a DAO? According to the Ethereum Foundation, a DAO is a collectively owned organization working towards a shared mission. Think of it as a digital cooperative with a built-in treasury that no one can access without group approval. The magic happens through smart contracts, which are self-executing pieces of code that define organizational rules and hold assets. Once these rules are deployed on a blockchain like Ethereum, they cannot be changed without a vote. This means the operating system of your organization is immutable and transparent. The Investopedia report from April 2025 puts it perfectly. Starting an organization that involves funding and money requires enormous trust in the people you're working with, but it's hard to trust someone you've only ever interacted with on the internet. With DAOs, you don't need to trust anyone else in the group, just the DAO's code, which is 100% transparent and verifiable by anyone. This trust architecture becomes revolutionary when applied to local communities struggling with traditional governance failures. Across America, we're seeing municipal budgets strained, civic participation declining, and citizens feeling increasingly disconnected from decision-making processes. DAOs offer an alternative. There are three primary membership models that communities can adopt, each serving different purposes. The first is token-based membership, which is completely permissionless. Anyone can purchase governance tokens on decentralized exchanges, and voting power is proportional to how many tokens you hold. MakerDAO operates this way. Their MKR token is widely available, allowing anyone to purchase voting power over the Maker protocol's future. This model works well for governing broad financial systems and decentralized protocols. The second model is share-based membership, which is more selective. Prospective members submit proposals to join, usually offering some tribute of value, whether that's money, expertise, or labor. Shares represent direct voting power and ownership, and members can exit at any time with their proportional share of the treasury. Moloch DAO pioneered this approach. They require membership proposals so the group can assess whether you bring valuable expertise. You cannot simply buy your way in on the open market. This model is particularly effective for charities, worker collectives, and investment clubs where vetting members matters. But here's where it gets really exciting for community development. The third model is reputation-based membership. In this structure, reputation represents proof of participation and grants voting power. The critical distinction is that reputation cannot be bought, transferred, or delegated. It must be earned through actual contributions. DXDAO operates this way, with members earning governance rights through active participation. This model directly addresses one of the biggest challenges in local communities. How do you value and reward volunteer labor, community service, and civic participation? Imagine a neighborhood DAO where residents earn reputation tokens by organizing cleanup days, tutoring kids, helping elderly neighbors, or participating in community planning meetings. Over time, the most active and dedicated community members naturally gain more governance power, not because they're wealthy, but because they've demonstrated commitment. This is tokenizing social capital in its purest form. Now, governance mechanisms matter just as much as membership structures. DAOs have developed several approaches to decision making. The first is delegation, which works like representative democracy. Token holders delegate their votes to nominated, trusted community members who have time and expertise to evaluate proposals thoroughly. The Ethereum name service operates this way, with ENS holders delegating to engaged community members. The second approach is automatic transaction governance. When a quorum is met and a majority votes affirmatively, transactions execute automatically through smart contracts. Noun's DAO does this, automatically executing proposals unless founders exercise a veto. This removes bureaucratic delays and ensures the community's will is implemented immediately. The third is multi-sig governance, which combines mass participation with practical security. A DAO might have thousands of voting members, but funds are held by 5 to 20 trusted, publicly identified community members. After the community votes, these multi-sig signers execute the decision. This prevents hacks while maintaining democratic legitimacy. For local governance, this flexibility is crucial. You can have broad community participation in voting while maintaining trusted stewards for execution. The legal landscape is evolving to support these innovations. Wyoming passed groundbreaking DAO legislation in March 2021, becoming the first U.S. state to legally recognize DAOs as limited liability companies. Governor Mark Gordon signed the legislation into law in April 2021. As of July 2021, DAOs can officially register in Wyoming, gaining legal personhood with liability protection for members. The law requires DAOs to define member rights and governance in smart contracts and articles of organization. This was a watershed moment, providing legal clarity that had been desperately needed. CityDAO became the first organization to register under this law in July 2021. Their mission is to build a city on the Ethereum blockchain, starting with purchasing real land in Wyoming and tokenizing ownership. By November 2021, CityDAO had successfully purchased 40 acres of land in northwest Wyoming. Citizenship is granted through citizen NFTs, which provide governance rights. Citizens vote on land use, community rules, and treasury allocation. This isn't theoretical. Real land, real governance, real community building, all coordinated through blockchain technology. VitaDAO offers another compelling model focused on longevity research. Members pool funds to invest in early-stage longevity science projects. When research yields intellectual property, VitaDAO owns it, and any resulting revenues flow back to the DAO treasury. This creates a sustainable funding mechanism for scientific research outside traditional academic and pharmaceutical channels. For communities, this model could fund local infrastructure, renewable energy projects, or small business incubators. Ukraine DAO demonstrated how quickly DAOs can mobilize resources during crises. Formed in late February 2022 in response to Russia's invasion, Ukraine DAOs raised over $8 million in Ethereum by March 31st, 2022, with approximately $3 million raised in the initial days. The Treasury funded medical supplies, protective equipment, and humanitarian aid, coordinating with Ukrainian government officials and NGOs on the ground. This proved that DAO structures can achieve what often takes traditional charities weeks or months. You can start building human-powered micro-economies in your own community right now. Join us in driving currency for humankind by visiting us at humn.world. The practical applications for American communities are vast. Consider food sovereignty. A neighborhood DAO could pool resources to purchase land for community gardens, with members earning reputation tokens by contributing labor. Governance decisions about crop selection, work schedules, and harvest distribution happen transparently through voting. Treasury funds from selling surplus produce reinvest in expanding operations, or consider childcare cooperatives. Parents contribute time or money to a DAO treasury. Members with childcare expertise earn reputation and tokens by providing care. Scheduling, payments, and quality standards are governed collectively. This creates affordable childcare while building community bonds. Skills sharing networks represent another opportunity. A local DAO could facilitate peer to peer education. Someone teaching woodworking, coding, or financial literacy earns tokens redeemable for learning other skills from community members. The DAO tracks contributions, manages scheduling, and ensures quality through member reviews. The challenges are real. Voter participation remains low in many DAOs, with decision-making concentrated among highly engaged members. Legal frameworks outside Wyoming remain uncertain. Technical barriers prevent less tech-savvy community members from participating fully. Security vulnerabilities in smart contracts can be exploited, as the infamous DAO hack of 2016 demonstrated when approximately $60 million in Ethereum was stolen. But the trajectory is clear. As user interfaces improve, as legal recognition expands, and as successful case studies multiply, DAOs are becoming increasingly accessible tools for community organization. What makes this moment so powerful is the convergence of necessity and possibility. Traditional employment is being disrupted by artificial intelligence and economic restructuring. Municipal governments face budget constraints and declining trust. Americans are hungry for solutions that restore agency and connection. DAOs offer a path forward that anyone can start exploring today. This isn't about waiting for top-down reform. It's about citizens exercising American ingenuity to build parallel systems that work. It's about recognizing that your neighborhood already contains the talent, resources, and social capital needed to create resilient microeconomies. The technology simply makes coordination easier, governance more transparent, and value distribution more equitable. The future of work isn't found in corporate offices or gig economy apps that extract value. It's found in communities where people come together, define shared missions, contribute their unique gifts, and govern themselves democratically. DAOs provide the infrastructure to make this vision operational. So whether you're a community organizer frustrated with traditional nonprofit structures, an entrepreneur looking to build cooperative businesses, or simply a citizen who wants more say in how your neighborhood develops, DAO technology offers practical tools to start building today. The pioneers are already showing us what's possible. The question is, will you join them? The future of blockchain isn't just about faster transactions or more complex smart contracts. It's about creating systems that give people more control over their data, finances, and digital lives. When we prioritize human needs over technical novelty, blockchain becomes a tool for building the kind of world we actually want to live in, one where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.